What up, Tube? Today's the day I do a little bit of shopping. I gotta go out and pick up stuff for my trip and my truck, and make sure I got gloves, new pair of boots. They got a list of stuff for me, plus stuff for my truck. I've already got some things for my truck. I'll show you right here. I got for Christmas, so I got my Garmin, which is a special Garmin. It's already in my car, though. I was testing it out. It's for truckers. You can't just get a regular one because regular ones will have you going down like roads that trucks can't go. With that Garmin, you can type in the size of your semi, the weight of your load, and everything like that, and it will make sure to route you on proper highways, proper detours, make sure that the bridges and overpasses are proper clearance, and proper weight if you're going over them, and so on and so forth. So you had to get a special Garmin for that. Like I said, I got my Sirius XM radio to go put in my truck, and then, of course, of all things, the trucker's tool, the CB. So I'm gonna go get a couple more things I gotta get for my truck. The CB thing actually brings me to a funny story. I happened to say to Transport America yesterday, they will not allow you to have cell phones like Bluetooth headsets. You're not allowed to have a Bluetooth headset in there or cell phone usage of anything while you're driving in their trucks, which is absolutely ridiculous, especially for OTR drivers, which are over-the-road drivers that are gone 14 days at a time. You can't call your loved ones unless you're parked somewhere, but they allow CB radios in the truck. So basically, you're telling me that, like, if I'm driving my CB radio, I gotta grab my handle and I can talk on my CB and hang my handle back up, or down here in the dashboard. The bottom line is you gotta grab the mic, and that's okay. But a headset that goes right here so you can speak hands-free is not safe. Yeah, it makes no sense to me either. So anyway, I'm gonna go pick up a new Bluetooth headset, and I'm also going to get a dash cam, because they recommend you getting dash cams, because they can help you, and in the case of a traffic accident, they can help you with the insurance to make sure it's not your fault. You know, if a car swerves over and stuff and causes a wreck, and they try to blame it on the big company, you know, because the company of trucks got money, it can get you out of that. So anyway, that's some of the stuff I'm gonna get done today. And I hate shopping, but at the same time, at least I get to pick up some electronic gadgets, so that's cool. I'm gonna turn you around real quick though. Alright guys, sorry about that. Anyway, so we're gonna head over to Muncie and take care of all that good stuff. Unfortunately, I gotta spend some money, but I will be able to write off of my taxes, and I will also be able to pay for it back when I get my route. I did get verified on my route yesterday, thank God. I have what they call Indiana Dedicated Flex, and I will run Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, and Illinois, and then they don't go any further south than Louisville, so I get to go just those four, and I get a guaranteed home time, because you get in DOT hours, you get 14 hours drive work time a day. You can only drive for 11, and after 8 hours you get, and you need to take a half-hour break within 8 hours. And it has to be after 4. So DOT hours are kind of hard to explain. They're easy once you understand them, but to explain them is a little bit different. So, but bottom line is, after 11 hours of driving, according to DOT regulations, you have to take a mandatory 10-hour break. That's where truckers will pull into a truck stop usually at night and sleep. So if you get, you know, into a truck stop or something at 9 o'clock at night or whatever, you had to pull over for a minimum of 10 hours. Does that mean you had to get right up at 10 hours and start your day? No, it just, you have to legally be away from your steering wheel for 10 hours. My cool thing is I get to do some out and backs, so I'm guaranteed 1 week or 1 day a week at home to do my 10-hour reset. So I get to sleep in my own bed during the week as well. So with this route, I'm gonna get technically over-the-road pay, which is better than local dedicated pay, but I don't have to go to the road. I don't see any of my runs. As a matter of fact, none of my runs will be 11 hours because of my territory. Now, going there and back might be, but the bottom line is I get to come home during 1 day of the week. So I don't work the weekend. I'm off Friday through Monday. So when I get home on Friday, I'm off Friday whenever I get home. I'm off Saturday, off Sunday, and then I dispatch out on Monday, depending upon where I'm going, depending on what time. So basically, I will be home 4 nights a week. So I got an over-the-road position, quote, but I'm home 4 nights a week. You can't beat that, which is why I wanted to work for this company so bad, because there's nobody that does that. I mean, there's only one other company that does that, but they don't guarantee you 48 hours on the weekend, because technically DOT only has to give you 34-hour reset, and that's where a lot of these recruiters will get you. So, you know, that's the hard part about being a truck driver, is these recruiters will tell you whatever you want to hear to get you to come in the door, man. They will lie and lie, and they will tell you everything in the world that you want to hear. But then you get there and they turn around and this jackass just pulled right out in front of me. Jesus Christ. Oh, I hate it when people are in such a big hurry. They can't wait to pull out in front of you, and there's nobody behind me. If you can see in my mirror or rear view, there's nobody behind me. And then they get out in front of you and then they go 20 miles an hour. If you're in that big a hurry, why are you pulling out? Sorry, I had to vent right there. So, anyway, like I was saying with DOT regulations, you know, you got to adhere by them, and they're very strict on, you know, how their hours work and stuff. So I'm gonna do a little explaining about that and about how the week goes with your resets and stuff like that. So I'm gonna come in here real quick. Ricker's get me something to drink for on the way to Muncie, and then I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. This never ever ceases to amuse me. I always get, I'm gonna pull up here a little bit so you can see it. I always get a kick out of this. I've got to wait anyway, there's a line. Here at Ricker's in Alexandria, I don't think I can switch this around, so I'll try this way. I don't know if you can see back there, there's a train. Now that's nothing new in Alexandria, because there's trains every damn 30 seconds, but they literally will park right there and they will come in to get a pop and stuff. I know it makes sense, but it's just so funny to me I'm just gonna park my train, go and get me a Ricker pop and a pizza. You know, no different than me pulling my truck or my Jeep in there and going and get me something to drink. It never ceases to amaze me though, man. He'll pull that thing up in there and they'll go there, get their pizza and their pop, and come back out and get back in their train and go. The good thing is at least the sensors on the road allow the signs or the arms to go back up, because they were down, but once he come to a complete stop, they went back up. So that would have sucked, man. I'd been in Ricker's cursing old dude out. But anyway, so DOT regulations, for those of you getting into trucking or are interested in it, it's a little different than, like I said, you know, just driving intrastate. If you drive for like Pepsi or Coke, or the guys you see here in Indiana, and you see them delivering, they can run the wheels off of you because they don't have to adhere to DOT, the log books. basically, if you work inside the state and you don't leave, like the guys that deliver, say for Coke, and they deliver in Anderson, they can work and drive 12, 13 hours for the day until they get their route done, because they don't have to abide by it. But if you leave the state in any shape or form, then you have to keep logs. And you've probably heard of, log books, and back in the old days, drivers cheating the log books and so on and so forth. Well, the old days, and matter of fact, I still have them, because you still have to be trained on them just in case you get in a rental car or a rental pickup if your car breaks or your truck breaks down. And it has a graph on it, and it's got times, and it's got lines, and you have on duty, not driving, on duty, driving, off duty, and then sleeper berth, which that's a whole nother animal. I'm not going to get into that, but basically you have to keep a line. You draw with a ruler a line, the miles you ran, or I'm sorry, you would have to keep the miles, but you kept the time, and then when you took your break, you'd put a line down to whatever it was, and so on and so forth. So by the end of the day, your logbook would look, like this, and it'd have, ups and downs and stuff. And you'd have to make little remarks like stopped for my half-hour break, stopped to get fuel, sleeper berth if you did that, took a 10-hour nap, whatever. Well, now, because the old days the guys cheated it, they'd run straight 24 hours. I mean, some of these guys, I know back when I was on tour with Stage 2 Productions, I didn't understand. I was just a 19-year-old kid, but I didn't know how we made it from some places to the other. Well, they cheated their logbooks. Because of those old guys they call renegades, they would basically, they'd run 2 logbooks. And if you get pulled over by DOT, they'd use one or the other. That's how I understand that they did. It was one of the ways they did it. I don't know exactly how, all the ways, but one of the ways I was told is they kept 2 logbooks. One, that way, no matter what, you were legal on one or the other. And these guys, would just straight make money. Well, now they put in what they call Qualcomm systems, and they're kind of like no bigger than a GPS, really. And they're nice. They keep everything for you. You don't have to dick around with putting on your time by pencil or pen or pen, and you don't have to worry about your break and your countdown. It has a clock on it. It'll count down how much drive time you have left. It'll count down your hours for your 8 hours. And there's a trick to that. You have to take that half-hour break in 8 hours, but if you take it before 4 hours, then you have to take another one. So the key is drive over 4 hours. I don't care if it's 4 hours and 15 minutes. Then you take your half-hour break. I mean, if you can drive all 8 and do it, that's fine, but you have to at least drive 4 for it to count. And then after the 8, you have 3 hours left of drive time, and then you're done. And then you still have 3 hours of work time. Now, that's a 14-hour work day. Now, you might be like, well, I don't get it. You can only drive 11. Well, that's because the others count as on duty, not driving. For instance, your pre-trip inspection, your post-trip inspection, any paperwork you might be doing. If you had to load or unload, there's all kinds of circumstances in your 14 hours. So you get 14 hours a day to work, 11 hours to drive, and you have to break up all those individual breaks in between it, which makes it all legal now. So basically, it's all computerized, and when you can't cheat it, and it's also satellite and communicated. So if you get pulled over, like you guys will see semis pulled over on the side of the interstate all the time. It's not because they were speeding. I mean, maybe sometimes it is, but it's because DOT pulls guys over to check them for their logs. So basically, you just unhook your thing and you give him the Qualcomm, and he can look at your logs. And that was one thing that was important with me, was I wanted to go to a company that had a great CSA score, because that's what they go by. It's kind of like your MVR report. Like if you get pulled over and you got 100 tickets and speeding tickets and shit like that, as a driver, like just in a car, the cops are going to be more apt to give you a ticket. To where if you've had a pretty clean license and you've only had 3 incidents in your freaking I think I've had 3 in my 20 years of driving. So I had 1 ticket, and when I first got my license, which was bullcrap. I was coming out of a 55 into a 45, and I didn't know it changed, and he got me for going 55. But it's neither here nor there. But the bottom line is, I've had a clean MVR, so every time I've gotten pulled over, which I only got pulled over I think twice, they let me go because, you know, they didn't, you know, you don't offend, so, you know, we're just going to give you a warning, just slow her down or whatever. But for the most part, I don't really speed anyway, because I like to save fuel mileage now. The older you get, the less a hurry you are, and the more you realize that, you know, especially when gas was $4 a gallon, that's when I really started doing it. So, bottom line is, if you have a company with a good CSA score, the DOT guys, which a lot of times are state troopers, are less apt to pull your truck over. If you see a truck going down the road, say for instance from, well, let's go ahead and name them, Swift, Schneider, CR England, and Warner are 4 of the worst. And it's a fact. I mean, ask anybody, you can look it up. They just don't have a good record. They're so big that they just don't have a good CSA record. So they're more apt to get pulled over. Also, these independent truckers, you see these guys that got all this chrome and all these lights on them, you know what I mean? And they're just like, just decked out. You know, they don't look like the other trucks. They're the trucks, you know, that have the big dual smokestacks and stuff. They'll pull those guys over too, because A, they're not governed, and B, they're independent, so they have to do their own maintenance, stuff like that. And when I say governed, I mean like a lot of our trucks are governed to 65 mile an hour. No matter what you do, you can't go faster than that. The other independent guys, hell, they can run 80, you know? So if you have a company with a good CSA score, then you're less apt to get pulled over, because they see you and they go, oh, well, we know, you know, blah, blah, blah company, like, well, Westside has a great CSA score. You know, we know that they got a good CSA score, they take care of us, and you got 3 levels of stops. You got a level 1, level 2, and a level 3. And forgive me, I can't remember if I might get them backwards, but basically one of them is a quick one. Let me see your logbook. And then the second one is, I think, just a walk around. And then the third one is like doing a whole pre-trip inspection. You don't want the 3. A lot of companies, though, if you pass a level 3, they'll pay you $100. So basically, if you get pulled over with this company with a good CSA score, he may just check your logbook, make sure you're running good, which, like I said, you're doing Qualcomm, so you're good. If you're in a bad company, you know, you're probably going to get the runaround. If you give them attitude, you're probably going to get the runaround. You know, bottom line is, they're just doing their job like you are. They're trying to keep people safe. So when you get pulled over, just do whatever he asks you. You know, if he says, hey, let me see your logbook, give him your logbook. If he says, hey, we need to take a walk around your truck, take a walk around your truck. If you did your pre-trip inspection right, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. I mean, yeah, shit happens. Light bulb might have went out or whatever, but what are you going to do, right? So that was one of my, remember I told you guys I had a list of 27 questions that I was asking companies. Well, one of them, and it was one of my highly regarded ones, was, do you have a CSA score? Because I don't want to be pulled over, because that's time. It could take anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour, depending on what level you get. So that's time. And then also, that's money, because if your wheels aren't spinning, you're not making money. So basically, they said, yeah, well, you know, they actually showed their CSI score to me, and it was or CSA score, and it was a good score. And I was actually reading reviews, and I know a girl that's wrote a review on them. She's been there, I want to say 2 years it was, and hadn't even gotten pulled over once. Now, it's probably luck, but that just goes to show you, if they see that company truck going down the road, they're less apt to pull you over. So it's very important to have a company with a good CSA score, because you don't want to get pulled over. So that's a little bit about how trucking, you know, the industry works, so as far as hours and DOT regulations and all that good crap. So I just thought I'd throw that out there for you new beginners that are watching, if you're wondering on what's going on and And if you haven't started school yet, they'll teach you that in school. They don't really go over hours of regulation too much. Well, at least mine didn't. I didn't learn that until I went to orientate with another company, and then they just didn't work out because, you know, if you followed me, it was because of my medicine. But, you know, they go over that stuff with you, and it seems like algebra at first, and then all of a sudden, like I just said, you just know it, you know, and you adhere by it, and you do it, and you're good. So there's nothing to worry about. So that's a little bit about how DOT works, and that's some of the more stuff I'm going to get into on these vlogs now about trucking. I'm also excited to, you know, take you guys with me when I'm in different states, show you different things and stuff like that. Really excited to get my truck. I can't wait to get my truck, you know. That's one thing I've always dreamed of since I started doing this, is I can't wait till they hand me the keys to my own, you know, 6-figure truck. Those things aren't cheap, so I'm really looking forward to that. And that's why today I'm going out to get myself some stuff for my truck and to get me a bunch of stuff. Well, not a bunch, but some stuff, because I got to pack for 2 weeks worth. It says pack 1 to 2 weeks worth of clothing. Now, it's supposed to be gone over a month, but I don't think I will be. But I've still got to pack. You know, I'm going to be in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. But then again, it's supposed to be up in the 50s next week there, so you know it's going to be it's the same weather as it is here. They're going to have some ice this weekend. Matter of fact, while I'm driving up, it's supposed to be icy, so it may take me a little while. And then it's supposed to be in the 50s because I'll be in class the first 3 days, and then I go out in the truck, so it's supposed to be in the 50s by the time I get out on the highway on the truck. So that'll be cool. But I gotta get some stuff. Need a new pair of boots, and I need to get a pair of good work gloves, because when you're cranking the landing gear and fueling, stuff like that, you want a pair of gloves you can throw in your side box, because you don't want the diesel smell in your cab and stuff like that. So you guys that go to school, that go to school for your CDL and then go in orientation, man, these guys are going to tell you all the same stuff I'm telling you. You know, you want a good pair of work gloves, but you don't want to keep them in your cab. You want a good pair of good work boots, you know, insulated boots, just in case you get stuck. You know, they'll also add a list of tools for you. Some of them are kind of wacky. You're like, why? I don't understand. Like one of them I thought was odd. Told me I needed a 2-foot long rod. Said, what do I need a 2-foot long rod for? Like an iron rod. I guess it was to bust your brakes if it's frozen or something like that. I can't remember what he said, but I thought it's odd, you know. I mean, I know they're air brakes and water gets in them, but I don't know about if it's freezing outside hitting my freaking brakes with a rod. But who am I to saying? I'm I'm new to this, so they know what they're talking about. But yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna go and get this done and talk to you guys here in a little bit. Holy bejesus, I bet you I wasn't in there 20 minutes maybe, and it dropped 10 degrees. I was in there, and I hate Walmart for one. I hate coming here. I thought I could get everything here. I literally only found one thing, and it wasn't even really what I was looking for, but I found a pair of boots that will work, but everything else I was looking for, they didn't have. And usually Walmart forces you to go there because they're your one-stop shop. But anyway, I'm in there, wandering around the aisles, you know, checking out the people at Walmart, which I wish I would have filmed, but I didn't feel comfortable. And, you know, then I was back in the automotive aisle looking for some good gloves for, like I was telling you, fuel. And watched a woman beat her kid. Once again, I wish I had my camera on. And all of a sudden, you just heard the rain just start pounding. I mean, it was so loud in there, it was just ridiculous. And that front must have just come through. And I'm telling you right now, it was 50. I think it was 52 when I went in there on my gauge here, and it's 40 degrees now. Just like that. Whew. Well, so anyway, my next stop, one of my favorite stops to go, Best Buy. I love me some electronics. Gotta try to find my Bluetooth headset, which they didn't have in there, the one that I need. I'm gonna give me a dash cam, and I'm gonna break it down, and I'm buying a selfie stick. Yeah, that's happening. And I hate selfies. I don't do selfies, but it's for this. a lot of the vloggers I see use the selfie sticks. So instead, like this morning when I started the vlog where I was holding the camera out here, they can hold it up and video and all that good stuff. So yeah, you will not see selfies though. I am anti-selfie guy. Now groupies, that's a different story. If you guys want to take groupies like, you know, my shows, that's fine, but I never understood selfies. I just never did. I'm not that vain. Like, I was on a friend of mine's page, I'm not gonna mention whom, and literally every picture was a selfie. A selfie driving, a selfie just standing there. It's like every day they took a selfie. And I never understood that. I mean, yeah, I'm proud to be me. I love who I am, and dang, it got really jumpy, didn't it? Sorry about that. But I never understood the purpose of having to take a picture of yourself every day for ever. I mean, it makes no sense. And that's all their pictures were on their wall. It was a selfie, it was a selfie, it was a selfie. Not me, man. I'm using it just to film only. That's all I'm going to do. Use it so I can have my camera held to where I can film up and I can do it a little bit easier and get a little bit of a further, wider array angle, if you will. So that was my other rant for the day. But seriously, I just don't understand selfies. Never have. I will not take a selfie. I will take a groupie or an ussy or whatever you want to call it, but nope, no selfies. And no mirror pics either. I never understood that. Let's stand in front of the mirror and just click. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. But then again, I'm the guy that leaves his house in a ball cap every day, and hell, I'll wear warm-ups, go to hell pants. I don't give a shit. You don't like me for who I am? Fuck you. Pardon my language. Alright, well, I'm pulling into Best Buy. Go in here, let the vultures start eating. As soon as they come in, they want to help you. But today I got questions for them. That's why I wanted to come here instead of Walmart anyway, because Walmart people don't know shit, because, you know, I'm looking for specific things, specific needs. God dang, it's a Jeep convention. Me, him, and Jesus Christ. Anyway, hopefully they don't want to get out and talk because it's raining. I don't care if we both have Jeeps. Alright guys, another stop down. I got some goodies in there. I got my favorite stuff, my electronic stuff, so I'm pretty pumped. They actually had everything I was looking for. Can't believe I bought a selfie stick though. My self-esteem just dropped. But the cool thing is, the one I bought not only works for phones, but works for other cameras like GoPros and stuff. And I've been thinking about getting a GoPro eventually for vlogging. So I bought one that'll attach to all those. And then I got my Bluetooth headset and a dash cam. Man, some of them dash cams are ridiculous. They're like $230 and shit. And I was like, man, I don't need to record like everything. I just need to have something that, you know, shows whatever happens in front of me, that I can take the card out and show the insurance company. I mean, hopefully I never have to use it, but it's one of the top things they say to get in the trucking industry. So for those of you new guys that are coming in watching these videos, make sure you get yourself a dash cam. And if you don't believe me, YouTube dash cams and how they have gotten out of gotten companies out of accidents that were they were at fault for until they saw the footage. There was one, there's a 4-lane highway, and this car come off, and it went across all 4 lanes. It hit the embankment, came back, hit the car in front of the semi. Of course, the car in front of the semi hit the semi rear-ended it. So of course, rear-ended, you know, they thought it was the semi's fault right away, until he pulled out his dash cam, and it saved that company a lawsuit. So I mean, some of these companies, the one of them that I was going to go to, but they wouldn't clear my Klonopin, they actually have them installed in all their trucks. They went ahead and just installed them and gave you a bonus for using them. Some of the old timers didn't want them in there, but yeah, that's one of the #1 things they say, man, to get those dash cams in there, and it'll save your butt. Because, you know, you know how it is, man. You rear end somebody, it's always your fault. So I gotta go home and figure out how the hell it works though, because I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I know it continuously loose, but there were some that just have collision warning. Like it'll come on if it detects a collision and record so many seconds. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out. It's something I'm not familiar with. So, but I got that. I got my boots. Now I'm going to Menards to see if I can find some good work gloves and some good insulated socks. Whatever else I might run into, and then my shopping day will be done with. So we'll talk to you guys here in a few. Alright guys, just got through at Menards. Found everything I needed there, including the exact work gloves I was looking for, thank God. They were cheap too, on sale for like $2.99 a pair. So I got a couple. And found some insulated socks and some insoles for my new boots. So yeah, got everything I needed. Spent quite a bit of money today, but one cool thing about that is we use we got one of them American Airlines credit cards because we were flying American Air so much to the Dominican Republic, and your miles add up and you get free trip. Like our last trip from Vegas was free because of all the miles. And but it also has this really cool thing on there where whatever I buy, Steph can keep the receipt and type it in, and it will look for a cheaper price. And if it finds a cheaper price, it will hold it for 30 days, and if it doesn't change, it will discount you back. And we've gotten a lot. I think I bought Braden a mountain bike, and it ended up, I think we got $80 back off that bike. So it's a pretty cool little deal. So like, for instance, I went to Best Buy. Instead of using my Best Buy credit card to get cash back or whatever, I use that. Now, if it would have been like Best Buy would have done the 0% interest for a month or something, 90 days or whatever, I'd have done that, but they didn't have that. So I just went ahead and used our card, because if she finds the dash cam or the Bluetooth headset cheaper online somewhere, it will give us that price, and it will as long as it stays that price for so long, we'll save it. So it's actually worth using. Plus we get the airline miles too. So, but I'm on the way home. I'm gonna go get all my stuff sorted out, and like I said, I gotta figure out that dash cam. I don't know what the hell to do about that. I'm gonna take it out and read it, maybe YouTube how that works. And then the other big thing I have a question on it I gotta figure out is, like, for instance, in my Jeep I have XM satellite radio. It came with it, you know, when you bought it, it came with a year subscription. Of course you paid for it, you know, because it was part of the price of the truck. But at the same time, I have a year subscription. You get this unique ID number, and that's your ID number. So like when I had the app on my phone, all I had to do was put the Sirius XM ID number I had in on my app for my phone, and I can listen to it on my phone. Well, I got, like I showed you earlier, I got that one for my truck today, and I don't know if I have to have another subscription, or if I can just use that number and use that device, you know. So I'm gonna have to figure that out when I get home, because bottom line is I'll cancel. This will be done in April. I bought this, so this will be done in April. So if that's the case, I just won't have it in here. I'll have it in my semi, because of course that's where I'll be, you know, all the time, you know, riding on the road. Plus it's nice when you're driving across states and stuff, you don't have to try to find a radio station. So I got to find out if I can do that or whatever. And then I also need to dang, I'm itching my nose. What else was I gonna do? Shit, I can't remember now. Damn, I hate getting old. Sucks. But yeah, I gotta get the rental car taken care of. So I need to get on Enterprise and get the car set up for Sunday, so I can get that taken care of. I think then I'll be ready to go to Cedar Rapids. I just gotta get, you know, packed, which I want to make sure I get packed way ahead of time, because like I said, I got that show Saturday night, and then I'll go home, go to sleep, and get up, and I'm leaving for I keep saying Grand Rapids, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So pretty much done shopping for the day, heading home, get home, try out my new stuff, and see what's up. All right, guys, just got home. I'm checking out my selfie stick here. Works pretty good. Like I said, I'm not taking selfies. I'm only using it for video. But it's Bluetooth enabled as well. I can go way the hell out there. I can just bring it straight up in. Probably where I want to go. And I'm going to go over some stuff I got. Get a little starter kit. Got my dash cam right here. And I gotta figure out how the frick to get that thing to work. And I got my new Bluetooth. Good for truckers. This is one of the top ones for semi-drivers. It has a noise canceling on the microphone so you don't get all the background noise. So for those of you guys that are looking, it's the Voyager 2550. It's a really good one. It's rated like out of 5. I think it was 4.5 stars. And it's not the McDonald's headset that some of the others are. I don't like those. A lot of truckers use those McDonald's headsets, and I don't like those. So, and like I said, I got my satellite radio, which I'm going to hook up and see if I can use it here in a few. And then the good old CB. So there's your starter kit for your, and my GPS is out in the car. So there's my starter kit for my truck. And these are all things. Yeah, I probably won't bring this. I don't know if I'll bring it all with me or not. Because, see, you're going to be in another guy's truck. And they don't want you bringing a ton of stuff that's going to take up another guy's truck. But the problem is I get assigned my truck up there. So all this stuff needs to be installed. And I can do the CB myself. And the Bluetooth and the dash cam are small. But the XM satellite radio, I want them to install because I want them, first of all, they want to install it. They don't want you doing it. Second of all, I want the wires and stuff hidden. I don't want my antenna wires hanging there. And I want it wired and powered in so it's all nice and neat and shit. So I might bring that with me, or I might wait till I go back. I'm not sure yet. I'll see what my luggage situation looks like. But that's the only problem is it's like, it's not that you're going to be in a hotel room. You're going to be in a guy's tractor. And, you know, those things right there, you know, especially the CB and the box for the XM satellite, they're pretty bulky. So I don't want to invade his space, you know, for that time there. So, but yeah, that's my fun stuff. Also picked up some clothing and stuff. And got this selfie stick. I never thought I'd ever buy one of these. But it does look like it comes in handy. I like being able to vlog like this. And I got this one because it'll do the GoPro and all that stuff. So I'm pretty pumped about it. And it seems to be working really good. So I'm going to go ahead and get online and do some searching for some stuff. Like I said, I'm going to check out that XM satellite radio and make sure I can use it. And then I'm going to get my car rental taken care of. And unfortunately, it's supposed to be icy when I leave on Sunday, so that sucks, but it is what it is. So anyway, that's going to do it for right now. So don't forget to subscribe. Hopefully you liked the video. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day.